Welcome to our lesson about the heads-up display functionality. Currently, I'm in Sketch mode. Let's go to the Tools tab. Click on Application Options, and let's go to the Sketch tab. First, ensure that Enable Heads-Up Display is checked, and let's click on the Settings button. As I mentioned before, this tool is similar to the dynamic input function in AutoCAD if you're familiar with AutoCAD. My first option up on the left is a checkbox that enables pointer input. When this box is checked, we can input the starting point for our sketch elements in Cartesian or polar coordinates. We're going to be learning more about these coordinate systems in subsequent lessons of this course, as well as how to convert from polar to Cartesian coordinates and vice versa. The next option we have is a checkbox, Enable Dimension Input where possible. When you check this box, you can enter coordinate values using either the Cartesian, that's the XY coordinates, or polar coordinates, which would be a distance and an angle. Let's take a look at the Persistent Dimensions section. We've got an option here to create dimensions when inputting dimension values. When this box is checked, persistent dimensions will automatically be created. Let's click Apply and close this window. Let's close this window. Let's go back to the Sketch tab now. And let's activate the Line tool. Press the Tab key to change the focus to the X coordinate input box. Let's enter -1. Tab over to the Y input box, 1, and enter to accept. And we've created our first point. Now we're ready to enter our second point. Let's enter values of 1 inch and tab, 0.5, tab. Notice that Inventor automatically added dimensions for us. If you'd like to turn this dimension feature off, just go to Constraints and unselect Persistent Dimension. Let's enter another dimension, 1 inch, tab, and 0.5 to register, and press Enter on your keyboard. Notice we don't have dimensions now for this point. The distance we entered in the input boxes, these distances are relative to the last input point. When I cursor over the last point, you can see a value of 0, 0. If you'd rather view absolute coordinates instead of these relative coordinates, just right-click, scroll down to Coordinate Type. As you can see, relative coordinate is currently the active coordinate method here. Let's select absolute coordinate instead. Notice the pound or number symbol that lets me know I'm in the absolute method. There's the origin point, 0 on the X and Y axes. For my values on the last point, I'll enter -1 and 0. Let's enter another coordinate, -1 for the X value, tab, and 1 for the Y value. Tab to register, press Enter. We can also switch from the Cartesian to polar coordinate system. Right-click, Coordinate Type, Polar Coordinate. Now our display tracks in inches and degrees using relative coordinates. The number sign is gone. That indicated the use of absolute coordinates. Let's input a distance of 1 inch, tab to register, and an angle of 180 degrees, tab to register, and press Enter. Once again, to switch to the absolute coordinate system, right-click, Coordinate Type, Absolute Coordinate. Inventor automatically switches to the Cartesian system. Right-click, Coordinate Type, Polar Coordinate. Now we're using the absolute polar coordinate system. One more point here, 2 inches at a 180-degree angle. Tab to register, and press Enter, right-click, and done. And this concludes our lesson about the heads-up display functionality in Inventor.